I hate this so much already. Do you ever have moments in your life where you kind of just like take a step back and look at what you're doing and just think to yourself, what the fuck am I doing with my life?
I was just thinking that. I got halfway through that last line and I was like,
Oh man, I love doing this podcast. This is the dumbest, best part of my life.
Disturbing the peace with some peace of mind. Sleeping in jeans, I'ma need a night. OD on the cheap advice. OC on the cheapest flight. Lately I've been on the move trying to get to something. But I told her I've been running just to see the sights.
Does it feel good to be back in the promised land of Gunnison, Colorado?
It's bittersweet. I just want to stay. I want to stay so bad. It's so beautiful here right now. I just got a river surfboard. Yeah, I've been hitting the river. I got a wetsuit. And so I'll roll out to the river in my van with my wetsuit rolled down, wearing flip-flops and a hoodie, and I'm full on surf life now.
Man.
But just for like 4 days, and then I have to never surf again.
Yeah, the van looks like it's reached its peak. It's got a rooftop tent, a bike mount, a surfboard mount. You're good to go.
Yeah, it's looking really cool. It's looking cool. It works just about as well as ever, which is not very well, but now it's like rattling like crazy. When it idles, there's something in the engine bay that's just like rattling so much.
Yeah, it's probably the mirror that they broke off. It probably just landed in the engine bay.
That's what I thought too, but I glued everything down as much as you could possibly glue it down. I think it's well, never mind. I don't want to.
No,
it's not
okay.
Interesting. Dude, I've been
Tell us the
listening
story.
back on I've listened back on old episodes and I'm like, gosh, I go into so much unnecessary detail. So it's broken. It's broken in a functional way. I'll put it that way. You can still drive it. It's just annoying. So
yeah.
But
Man,
this weekend I'm going. I'm taking it on a bit of a road trip. I'm just going a couple hours, like 3 or 4 hours away from home. Going to do some surfing and some snowboarding, and then on the way home, I have to climb up. Cerro Summit, which is a big mountain pass. So we'll see how well it holds together on that.
Dang, okay. Just a quick little weekend trip.
Yeah. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed nothing else goes wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding.
How are you? When was your flight back from Hawaii? Because you stayed out there.
Yeah, my flight was yesterday. So I left at like 4 a.m. from Hawaii yesterday. And then right now it's like 5 a.m. Hawaii time. But I made it to Long Beach, California. I'm at the Imperfect Mastery headquarters right now. Alex Gasaway and Aaron McGinnis were nice enough to let me record the pod remotely from here. So,
wow, cool.
Yeah, I got a sauna in here, a cold plunge in here.
Oh wow! And you're there for a pretty special event, hey?
Yeah, because I just got back from Hawaii yesterday, and then I've kind of got a whole road trip lined up. I guess a mini road trip, but yeah, tonight I'm going to Danny Gewirtz's private film screening, which will be so sick. I'm stoked for that. And then I start driving to Arizona for a friend's wedding, and then back to Colorado, and then start the European adventure for the mountain bike stuff over the summer. So
sweet, dude. Well, you're gonna have to ask Danny Gewirtz to box you tonight. I dare you.
Shoot,
I quadruple dare you.
Oh yeah, I should probably
it's gonna happen.
Tonight's the night.
It's like the perfect night to.
I don't know if tonight's the night I box him. I think tonight's the night I just start the beef.
You bring it up.
Yeah,
you bring it up. Yeah,
yeah. Like while he's talking about his movie, I call him out on stage. Like start
exactly
talking some trash.
Yeah, you stand up in the middle of when he's like, it just means so much to me that, and then you just go, I want to punch you in the face.
People are saying you're scared to fight, Danny. What are you talking about?
Oh, you can make a movie, but you can't fight me. Real tough guy.
Wow, this fight scene in this movie is pretty cool. Bet you can't fight too, Danny.
Yeah, so you have to bring it up.
Yeah.
We'll
I
have
will.
updates next week about when you bring up boxing.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, stay tuned next week for the beef with Danny Caverts.
Yep. Slightly manufactured, but still entertaining.
Slightly manufactured, as are most things on this podcast.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So yeah, if you got any details, any stories you want to give us, feel free. Because I basically just got off the tail end of just disappearing from the world for 2 weeks straight. 1 week was with you, and then the other week I was with other friends. And my screen time on my phone said I was down like 85% or something.
Wow. Cool.
So I got no clue what's going on in the world. Don't know what to talk about.
I mean, I'm a real surf rat now, so I haven't been spending much time online either. I was hoping you'd have something to talk about.
Perfect. So it's gonna be another one of these episodes then.
Yeah, it's gonna be another one of these episodes, that's for sure. The only real story I have from surfing so far from my new hobby here is I only have a couple days while I'm still home to hit the river, right? So I've been going, but it's snowmelt season right now, and the river is the highest it's been in like 8 years. It's like, yeah, usually people surf the wave that I've been surfing at like 1200 CFS. Mm-hmm. It's at like 3100 right now.
Oh my God.
So the river is like so intense.
Basically three times what it should be.
Yeah, and I haven't stood up yet. Pretty much, obviously, I've just sort of gotten in the wave at this point.
Because you've never done it before, right? Like this is new endeavor. Okay.
No, and so yesterday I was going out with my friend who's kind of been showing me the ropes and everything. And if it wasn't for him, there was no way I would have gotten in the water yet. But there's like a bunch of people surfing out there, and the only people who are out right now are like the people who like absolutely crush it, because the river is just like straight up deadly right now. And so I rock up and I bought all the stuff. So I have like, I got the nice wetsuit and the nice like flotation stuff and a nice helmet, and I got the Vans surf booties. So my kit is looking like I really know what I'm doing. And then I go up and I didn't know what else to say. So I was like, hey guys, my name's Shaffer. And they're like, what's up, Shaffer? Like, it's crazy to see the wave like this, huh? And I'm like, yeah, it definitely is. This is my first time.
You're like, yeah, I heard it was huge. I flew in from out of town. I'm here just for this wave.
Yeah. And so I was like, yeah, I'm kind of a kook. This is my first time. And he like looks at me like with an expression no one has ever looked at me before. And he's just like, this is the wrong time. And I was like, yeah, I kind of, ha ha ha. And he's like, no, this is the wrong time. And so that was before I'd even dropped yet. And so then I went from him telling me that to trying for the first time. And it pretty much goes, because you swim in on top and then you float down into the wave, and then you surf, if you're good, you surf the wave, and then you pop out and swim into the eddy. But there is no eddy right now.
You get pulled down the river, but then you have to paddle up the river right at the wave to stay
catch
on the wave. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And then when you fall, you usually just jump out into the eddy, and it circles you back up, and you can get out. But there is no eddy right now.
No.
It's just
carries you down
huge the river. Yeah. So it pretty much my experience is I jump in, I just instantly start freaking out and paddling like crazy. I go into the wave, I hold it for like a second, and then it's just chaos.
Then it becomes
I'm like
whitewater rafting.
Then I'm in the rapid, and I'm just like go, for like, I don't know, like 10 seconds. I pop out, I have to figure out where I am, and then I have to swim out on the edge. And it is so scary.
Jeez. That's so hectic. Are you at least
my buddy
leashed to your board?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the thing about river surfing is, especially when the river's so high, your leash can get caught on stuff under the rapids. So I have a quick release on it. Yeah, so like I have a fancy leash that you can quick release, but Yeah, it was funny. But the thing was, I was like, okay, if I can like hop in here, I'll be able to do it anywhere. So,
That's true.
Yeah.
Man.
So
that seems to kind of be just how you do things because
it is. It definitely is.
When we first got the gig filming for the Mountain Bike Worlds Cup, you had basically never mountain biked at all. Like I think you had done it once or twice, maybe.
Yeah. Yep.
So you went from maybe once or twice to like touring on the World Cup downhill circuit, just getting taken on rides from locals and like world's class mechanics and sometimes athletes, and just ending up on rides that you had no business being on. And then you crushed it. It was just like you said.
Trial by fire.
Yeah, you're like, if I survive this ride, I'm going to be a great mountain biker. And sure enough, now you are.
Well, you just kind of, it's like one of those things where you have to not die. And so or fall or whatever. And so I feel like you're way more, it sets you up for success to like really be focused on what's going on. So part of my little mini road trip is I'm going out to a way smaller wave, and I'm excited because I feel like I'm going to be able to crush it because I won't feel like I'm going to die every time I drop in. So yeah, it's been super fun though. I have definitely like, I'm just determined to be a surf bum, dude. No matter what version of it, I'm going to be a surf bum.
Man, the one thing that I thought might get you to move out of Gunnison would be getting into surfing
and
in
now
Hawaii.
I'm surfing.
And of course you found a way to surf, so you never have to leave Gunnison.
Well, I think going to Hawaii, I was like, I want to come back and try surfing and have at least like some muscle memory, for the whole thing. So part of this is so that when I go back to the ocean and we go surfing, I will be able to stand up and I'll be able to do all that stuff. So yeah, it's training for Hawaii, but also it's kind of just a comfort zone thing. Cause me in the water, dude, I'm not a strong swimmer either, which is another thing that I've sort of been having to overcome this week.
Yeah. I'm sure you'll get better at that real quick too.
Yeah. So that's all that's new with me. Yeah. Do you have any stories from the extra week in Hawaii, or is it basically just beach time?
It probably would be about the same as it was sharing stories last week, where it's kind of like, yeah, I got stories, but I don't know that there's any point to sharing them.
Yeah.
No need to talk about all the turtles and seals I saw and all the beaches I sat on, all the sick waves I caught on my skimboard.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think I have any stories. I'm massively unprepared today because I just literally flew in yesterday, and then I was helping Alex film a video yesterday, and now we're here.
All right. Well, hey, you know what? When in doubt, when you don't have anything to talk about, who's going to come in and swoop in and save the day? It's going to be our buddy, Braxton.
We got an update from Braxton.
He's back. The return of Braxton.
I haven't even listened to it yet, so I'm so excited.
I listened to probably 20 seconds of it, and then I pieced out because I was like, I got to save this. So.
Oh, sweet. Well, I've got it pulled up, so whenever you're ready, I'm going to listen to it.
I've got it pulled up. Should we do 3, 2, 1, play?
Yeah.
Just like the pros. We are.
Just like the pros. 3, 2, 1, play.
Hello again, Shaffer and Jake. This is Braxton. Thank you for affording me the opportunity to progress to the second stage of the interview process as a prospective ad read and voiceover collaborator. No, I didn't panic when Shaffer initially thought my voice message was AI, as I optimistically mistook the acronym AI to mean absolutely iconic. In this second stage, you've asked me to answer 5 questions and also do a test ad read for Shaffer's Arc'teryx beanie. The first question was, what are your qualifications? Well, I have a Bachelor of Science degree in Urban Estate Management and a Doctor of Philosophy in Valuation and Investment Appraisal. I'm also a Fellow of the Royal Institution of Chartered Surveyors, a Fellow of the Australian Property Institute, and a Fellow of the Fiji Institute of Valuation and Estate Management. In parallel with my Bachelor of Science
that
degree,
mean?
I also qualified
in.
in photojournalism with the British Freelance Photographers Association. My full curriculum vitae and references are available, of course, on request. The second question
I want
was,
those.
where have you worked? Well, primarily in the UK, Australia, and the Pacific. But I've consulted and presented extensively in the US, Africa, Asia, Europe, and Pacifica. The third question was, what have you worked on? Improving. Always striving to improve, I'd say. Recently, I've also been working on my canoe strokes and paddle technique. The fourth question was, how long have you
helpful.
been in the industry? Well, I know one of Jake's superpowers is evidently the ability to accurately discern a voice actor's age from a single audio clip. Quite astounding. Happily Friends with Benefits is clearly not ageist. Given that I received my first camera, a Boots Instapack 126, which I still own, for my 7th birthday, I've been making photographs consistently for over 56 years. I started voice acting at the age of 11 when I received an ITT-KB compact cassette recorder with a dedicated microphone, and frankly, I've never looked back. I was an early adopter of digital video in the early 1990s and returned to it seriously in 2018 when I invested in a hybrid Canon 1DX Mark II for photography, stock video production, and documentary projects. Whilst I have several YouTube channels and a podcast, despite my age and relative experience, I would respectfully suggest my video work is far surpassed by your respective artistic talent, Mr. Nicol and Mr. Frew. In fact, you inspire me. The final question was, if I had a Braxton action figure, what 2 accessories would it come with? Well, obviously a boom pole and a blimp for crispy outdoor video with a Sennheiser MKH416. Now, given a boom pole and a blimp probably look like a single accessory to the uninitiated, I'd also accessorize with a bagel for those reflective Instagram moments down by the river. So far, so
guy's
good.
deep
But
into the
now for the
lore.
practical test, which is an ad read for Shaffer's Arc'teryx beanie, safe in the knowledge that Shaffer has
so excited for
perfect
this.
B-roll footage to play alongside it. Ad read for Arc'teryx. Client, Mr. Shaffer Nicol of Gunnison, Colorado, United States. Voice actor, Braxton, Sydney, Australia. Today's episode is proudly brought to you by Arc'teryx. Do you want to look cool while staying warm? Then Arc'teryx has you covered. Whether you're out in the mountains, snowboarding, skateboarding in the city streets, or fingerboarding at home, you will appreciate the extreme durability of your Arc'teryx beanie, safe in the knowledge that their responsible resourcing dramatically reduces your environmental impact. If you sometimes get hot-headed under pressure, the breathability of merino wool blended with recycled polyester will ensure you maintain your cool at all times. If you're vodcasting in Colorado in the spring, you too can look amazing. Some might even say chic in your fashionable toque or beanie, allowing you to overcome the adversity of an inadequately insulated and poorly heated home. If you sign up today on the Arc'teryx mailing list, you have the chance to win $500 worth of amazing outdoor gear. Make sure you use the code Beanies with Benedicts at checkout to save 10% off your first order. So, Mr. Nicol, Mr. Frew, how did I do? Well, Shaffer, I think if you were to overlay some of your fine footage over this test ad read and send it on to the fine folk at Arc'teryx, I just know that they would be knocking at your door looking to sponsor every opportunity that they could with you. It sounds like a collab. So once again, Shaffer and Jake, I thank you for this opportunity and I look forward to hearing from you. In the meantime, love your work, stay safe, stay well, Braxton out.
Wow. Well done, Braxton.
Holy dude.
My man is hired.
No kidding. That was insane.
Dude.
I'm
I-
speechless.
Same. I'm going to have to deduct major points for calling it Friends with Benefits. But
I know. I did notice that.
But then he majorly redeemed himself with the coupon code beanies with Benedicts.
Real quick, I think it's so funny how quickly we became sponsored by Arcteryx.
Oh man.
Already doing ad reads for Arcteryx.
Yeah.
And Braxton crushed it, dude. Oh my gosh. I just am like, I am just so blown away. We don't have like the largest, widest audience ever, but somehow we got Braxton.
Somehow we
Who's just the
found
absolute
Braxton.
Ace. Yeah.
Perfect.
He's out there.
Knows all of the lore of the bagel you need by the river to be verified.
I know. And he's out there with his Sennheiser MKH7B recorder plugged into it, blah, blah, blah. Dude, that's so funny how he just says the name of every piece of gear he's ever used.
And he's worked in continents such as Africa, Europe, Asia.
And then his resume is just so extensive.
I don't even know
feel
what
like
a fellow is.
I don't either, dude. All I know is I think we would probably be kicking ourselves if we didn't give Braxton the opportunity to do all of our ad reads.
Yeah, seriously.
I would go so far as to say he passed the test.
Yeah, I would say so too. And for like a quick second, I thought maybe this isn't an AI voice. Maybe this is actually just a legit voice recorder. But the way that he says Arcteryx is the giveaway. That's the giveaway.
Yeah, I think no, he's real, dude.
Oh, right.
He's as real as you and me.
Oh, right.
We got to stop pretending like he's not absolutely iconic, because he is.
Now everyone listening just thinks we're Braxton.
Oh my god. What, dude, we're not Braxton.
I was just picturing you sending this from like a different email and not telling me.
This is actually kind of a crazy thought, because either of us could be doing that.
We could be.
But I'm not.
Or not.
I swear. I'm not Braxton.
And whoever Braxton is would be really bummed if the people thought
Braxton
it was
is Braxton, Jake.
Braxton's real.
Braxton is Braxton. No one. He's a business associate real estate officer that has all of his qualifications from every Ivy League school in the world.
Now you can't say anything without sounding super suspect. This is the greatest conspiracy of all time now.
Oh my god, dude. Because I could see you doing that.
I could see you doing that. Although I saw a Scooby-Doo level clue left in our comment section, so I think I'm on the hunt now. I think I got a clue who Braxton is.
Yeah, was it because somebody maybe spoiled some of the content before?
It was way more subtle than that.
Oh, really? All right.
No,
well, I don't think it was. I don't know what we're doing, dude. Braxton is Braxton. We don't need to solve anything.
Yeah, that's true. We already got his full resume, and he's in. Now we just got to actually find ad reads to do for Braxton.
Yeah.
But
The weird thing about ad reads is they usually don't sponsor podcasts with 80 listeners.
Yeah.
But it's about depth, not width. We have the greatest podcast in the world.
No kidding. If we found Braxton, it's already the greatest.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. So, is there anything you want to say to Braxton before we leave it up to our next interaction with him? Because I feel like you're kind of a staple at this point. What do you want to know about him? He's already hired. What next? Like when you hire someone, what's the next thing you do? I've never hired anyone.
Yeah, I've never hired anyone either. So I feel like Braxton crushed the interview. I almost feel bad. I feel like we kind of bamboozled Braxton by giving him this. We gave him a pretty intense interview. He had to list all of his qualifications, had to do a sample ad read, and now we don't even have work for the guy.
I know.
Like, you killed it, Braxton. Now go find advertising work somewhere else because we don't got any for you.
We built it up so much. We were like, oh, the interview process here is extensive.
Yeah.
And then he passed, we hired him, and then there's nothing for him to do.
Yeah. I think he has instant verification and once we make a Moon for the Boys shirt, we'll send it to him.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And then, once we get ad reads, you better believe Braxton's going to be our chief advertising executive officer. What with all of his qualifications and such, I think he's earned it. So congratulations, Braxton.
Congrats, Braxton. Good work making it through the interview process.
Good work. We love you, Braxton.
Dude, I don't want to devolve into AI, but I cannot tell you how nice it's been going 2 weeks without thinking about AI once. This is the first time I've thought about AI, is thinking about whether Braxton is a robot or not.
Why are you thinking about AI when you think about Braxton? He's real.
Because just because of his comment about not being insulted because he thought AI standed for actually, and what did he say it stands for? Amazingly intelligent. Or, shoot, I don't remember, but that's the only reason I thought of AI. No other reason.
Yeah. Okay, well, good save. I don't even have much to say about it at this point. It's
Did you see the I haven't seen it. I just heard about it, but did you see any of the trend going around where everyone is making Wes Anderson videos now?
Yeah, I saw the Star Wars one. Someone made like a Star Wars version of Wes Anderson, and
oh, really? Was it good?
Yeah. I mean, it's a no. Yes. How do you answer that? Like,
okay, fair. Like I guess
it looks like a Wes Anderson movie, and it's Star Wars, and it's made by AI.
I guess that's why it's interesting. Is like I haven't seen it, but it seems at this point really easy to just copy his style and make it look exactly like it is a Wes Anderson movie.
Yeah, it is. Dude, it's like it just kind of is, you know? It just is something that exists now, and
yeah.
I don't know what to say. It's changing so fast. I mean, dude, here's a take no one's ever had about AI. It's changing so fast, you don't even know what's coming next. Woo!
Wait, the AI is making the Wes Anderson movies? Did AI make Star Wars, Wes Anderson?
No.
What are we talking about?
I don't know. I didn't say anything about that.
But you said it's changing so fast. AI.
It's changing so fast. AI. I just mean you never know what's coming next, you know? It looks really realistic, and it sounds like a person, and you can't tell if it's a person or not, and it's crazy.
But what does that have to do with Wes Anderson Star Wars?
Nothing. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like, yes, it looks amazing, and it looks like Wes Anderson. And yes, it's AI.
It is AI?
Yes!
I didn't know it was AI. I thought it was just a person that made Star Wars in the Wes Anderson style.
No. Well, it was generated. All the images were Mid-Journey images.
Oh, okay. Wow, it's all coming together.
Yeah, and it's a trailer. It's not the whole movie.
Oh, okay. Man, I've really been off the grid for a couple of weeks.
Dude, the questions you just had for me after the statements I made no sense.
Listen, I'm jet lagged.
You're like a caveman. You're a Hawaiian
I'm an island boy
now.
now. I'm jet lagged. I haven't existed on the internet in 14 days.
Wow.
Which in internet time is like 400 years. So
yeah, that's true. How is it being back? I mean, we're back together digitally. We're digital friends again.
Yeah, it's kind of scary talking to you on a screen, but I'm getting used to it again.
That's okay. I can't hurt you from here. It was funny because I was like, Jake is basically dead until the 17th. I was like, I'm not going to be able to get a hold of him. I'm not going to be, he's island boy now. And I only knew that because my Hawaiian time taught me the exact same thing. And that is, there is no internet in Hawaii.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. So thanks for letting me not exist until today.
Yes. Yeah, no problem. So that was a real riveting segment about AI from Jake and Shape with some seriously good takes.
It's changing fast.
It's
AI.
changing fast. It really does look real. Oh my God, we're going to get invited to speak at Google, dude.
That would be so fun.
That would be super fun. If we got an email in the next 3 minutes that said you guys are invited to speak at Google, what would we talk about? We would just get up and be like, you guys seen this AI stuff? It's crazy. And then people would be like,
just slow clap. They're saying it's going to change everything.
Everything.
like really. You're not going to believe it.
Like, imagine the future right now. It's not going to look anything like that because you can't even imagine how different it's going to be.
I would say, listen, I know you're scared right now. I know that everything seems uncertain and crazy, but AI is your friend. AI. And so am I. AI is your friend. And And when you're talking to your real life friend and you have nothing to talk about and you don't know what to talk about, just talk to AI instead.
What do you say, Jake?
If you're talking to
Are
your
we about
friends
to pull up some chat GPT?
and no one knows what to talk about when you're only a half hour into an hour-long podcast, turn to AI. AI never runs out of topics or interesting conversations.
Wow. That's a great idea. You know what I think we should do?
What?
I think we should have AI write us a play. And I think we should do a script read of a play.
Okay, perfect. I mean, I had a bunch of other ideas, but I guess that works instead.
Okay, cool. So how about this? How about you start pulling that up, and while you're doing that, I could tell you the story about the time I went to Google.
You went to Google?
Yep.
In real life?
I went to Google in real life. And
Whoa.
not only that, people would never guess by looking at me, but I am a Stanford University Innovation Fellow. And that sounds like I'm
a fellow. That sounds like
It sounds
absolute
like-
lie, but you're a fellow.
It's true. It is true. Yeah, when I was in school, they were doing a thing where they were basically trying to get creative dorks linked up with tech nerds. and they thought that would like stimulate innovation and stuff. And so they did this countrywide sweep to try and find a mix of like coders and creative people. And then they invited us all to Stanford. We did like a week-long program at Stanford, and then we got to go to the Google campus. And I pretty much wasted the entire opportunity because it was my first time in California. And so the only real memory I have that stands out from that week was we showed up to the Google event wearing the hotel robes, and they told us, you can't do that. You got to take the robes off.
Oh, man.
But we were like, we're the creative ones.
We're here to mesh with the tech nerds.
It was a really weird vibe because we were kind of invited, like I said, as sort of, I guess, honestly, we were kind of like I feel like all of the tech nerds they invited were sort of like the salmon, and we were just the seasoning on the salmon. It was like you kind of didn't really need it for it to be good anyway. It was just like we were like a little bit of like oregano on top, because you could tell who they were excited to have there and who was kind of there just as like a circus monkey.
Oh, no.
And it was a very weird vibe because you kind of felt this like, okay, I got to be outside the box and weird and creative, thus showing up to the thing with hotel robes and stuff. And then also we weren't supposed to drink, and we drank the whole time.
In your bathrobes at Google.
It kind of felt like they were encouraging us to sort of be like rule breakers.
Yeah.
And then we would break the rules, and then it didn't feel like they were encouraging us to be rule breakers anymore.
What the heck?
Yeah, so it's just kind of weird. I don't really have many stories from it other than just kind of feeling uncomfortable and out of place, and like I was sort of like a mascot more than a participant. But
did you get to give a speech?
No, I didn't get a speech. We did like get I don't know. It was like, it wasn't the Google guy, whatever his name is, but it was the dude who was like directly below him come and like give us a talk, which was really cool.
Cool.
But I don't know. It was fine. Google's fine. The coolest part, honestly, I think the coolest part of the whole thing was when he stood up in front of everyone, tech nerds, creative people. I mean, really the future of the internet and the future of our generation. And he just looked everyone in the eye. He took a huge chunk of time, looked like everyone in the eye, and he just said, AI is your friend. And it brought the house down. It was a showstopper.
Wow, that's amazing. I wish I could have been there.
It was also the first time I ever used a bidet. And,
really?
That was cool because they have them at Google.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect Google to have them for some reason. Yeah,
me neither. Anyway, end of story.
Well, okay, I got a play script written, but I think I need to modify it a bit. So why don't you give me a location,
okay,
a object of desire,
okay,
and a time period.
Okay.
Location, time period, and object of desire.
It's the Roaring 20s. And we are vehemently searching for the... Hold on, I was going to say something that I can't say. It's the Roaring 20s, and we're looking for a pair of dancing shoes for the big hoedown.
Okay.
And we're in Chicago.
In Chicago. Okay, hold on one second. So, Roaring 20s, searching for a pair of dancing shoes in Chicago.
Yes.
Okay, let me write that down really quick. I don't have a mic stand today, so I got to keep putting my mic down.
Okay.
Entertain the people. Just kidding.
Have you ever... Hey, guys, it's me, Shaffer. Jake's preoccupied. I thought we could just take a second, just us, just you and me. And I was thinking we could talk kind of candidly about Jake.
Okay,
he's
you're
back.
good. You're saved.
Okay.
The play is writing as we speak, and I guess I'll.
Okay. You'll have to send me a screenshot over text.
I'll just paste it into our show notes, and you can read it in there. Oh,
Great.
it's still writing. Do you want to be? Oh no, what? Okay, we might have a third character that we have to.
That's okay.
Insert in.
I'll be two characters.
Do you want to be Charlie or Jack?
I want to be Charlie.
Okay, fine. I'll be
No,
Jack.
I want to be Jack. I want to be Jack. I want to be Jack. I call Jack. I got double dibs on Jack.
Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay, the spacing.
This is going to be hilarious.
This is going to be great. I'm glad we picked this out of all of the ideas that I had.
This is going to be one of those things that goes down in history.
You thought Braxton was good? Wait for this.
Yeah. Footsteps of Rhythm is the name of the play.
And now, a Friends with Benedicts production.
An original.
A Friends with
By
Benedicts
Braxton.
original. Written by Braxton. Footsteps
Okay.
of Rhythm.
I'm going to try really, really, really hard to do a good job here.
Okay. Me too.
Okay. Good.
I'll be playing Charlie, who is a charismatic and determined young man with a passion for dance.
And I am Charlie's loyal and adventurous best friend, Jack, always up for a challenge.
I hate this so much already.
Scene 1. A bustling street in Chicago filled with lively jazz music, flappers, and people moving with infectious energy. The set reflects a vibrant atmosphere of the roaring 20s. Scene opens with Charlie and Jack strolling down the street, captivated by the music and dancing around them.
Jack, can you feel it? The rhythm in the air, the beat of the city. I want to dance like never before.
You've got that fire in your feet, Charlie, but where will we find the ultimate pair of dancing shoes to match your passion?
I heard about a legendary cobbler, Old Man Harrison. They say he crafts the finest shoes in all of Chicago. Let's find him.
Scene transition. Charlie and Jack enter a dimly lit, dusty shoe repair shop with shelves filled with worn-out shoes. Old Man Harrison emerges from the shadows. Well, well, what brings you young fellas to my humble abode?
Sir, we seek the ultimate pair of dancing shoes. Shoes that will glide across the floor with grace and elegance. Can you help us?
I stroke my chin thoughtfully and say, dancing shoes, you say? I may have something hidden away waiting for the right souls to find them.
Jesus.
Scene transition. Old Man Harrison rummages through his workshop to retrieve a worn-out shoe box. Old Man Harrison opens the box, revealing a pair of beautifully crafted but old and dusty dancing shoes. These, my friends, are no ordinary shoes. They're seen in the dance floors of the greats.
Oh, they're perfect. But how do we know if they're the ones we've been searching for?
I smile knowingly and say, only the rhythm in your heart can truly tell. Put them on and let the dance floor be the judge. Charlie and Jack excited.
Good.
I know, it's
Getting
gonna be
invested.
good. So Charlie and Jack, I guess, both put on the one pair of shoes somehow. But Charlie and Jack excitedly put on the dancing shoes and step into an improvised Oh, an improvised dance floor in the shop. And just to paint a little bit of a visual picture, I like to imagine there's kind of dust in the air and there's light coming through a window that's landing on the floor in like kind of a perfect circle. And it's an old wooden floor. And it's got that thing where when you step on it, it's kind of creaky and everything. Anyway, that's the scene.
And Old Man Harrison has like a wind chime hanging on the ceiling, but since the light comes in through the window, it kind of makes like a disco ball effect.
Exactly.
Even though this is the 20s.
Yeah, it's like the first disco ball, basically. And that's where they came from. But from here on out, I'm not laughing. I'm going to read my lines like a pro.
Yeah, me too. So, okay, so we just put on the shoes. The dance floor has been set.
Yeah, right.
Okay, here we go. And scene.
All right.
Jack, are you ready?
Always, my friend. Let's dance like we were born to. The music starts and Charlie and Jack unleash their talent, dancing incredible skills and synchronized movements. This is kind of a lot like what it was like when we were in Hawaii together, honestly.
Yeah, it really is.
Scene transition, the music fades and Charlie and Jack stand breathless, their faces beaming with satisfaction.
These shoes, Jack, they're magical. I've never felt so alive, so connected to the rhythm.
Ha! Charlie, you were born to dance. Those shoes just unlocked your true potential.
Charlie and Jack remove the dancing shoes and approach Old Man Harrison. Thank you, sir. These shoes have given me a new lease on life. I'll treasure them forever.
Remember, young men, the shoes are not just a tool. It's your...
Did old Man Harrison just have a heart attack? What happened to him?
Sorry. Remember, young men, these shoes are not just a tool. It's your passion and dedication that make true magic happen. Scene transition, Charlie and Jack leave the shop. The sound of jazz music guiding their steps as they continue their dance-filled journey throughout the streets of Chicago. So there's the Chicago part. End of play.
Oh yeah, the whole thing was in Chicago. Man, do you ever have moments in your life where you kind of just like take a step back and look at what you're doing and just think to yourself, what the fuck am I doing with my life?
I was just thinking that. I got halfway through that last line and I was like, I don't know about this.
I really wish I had like animation skills and could draw a little animation on top of that, put some sound effects and some music in it. That would probably make it bearable. But
yeah, well, you know, since this is the AI episode, if we were really good at this podcast, you know the next thing we would do?
What?
So the absolute next thing we would do is we would try to come up with our own skit without AI and just act the whole thing out right now without even writing it or thinking about it. And then people can vote which is the better.
Holy smokes. It's the ultimate showdown. It's all come down to this.
Yep.
Shoot.
2 career storytellers versus 1 Braxton AI.
Oh, man. I'm so nervous, but I'm ready for the challenge.
Okay. This is going to go great. Should we do the same prompt or should we do a new prompt?
I feel like we need a new prompt. Otherwise, it's unfair.
Yeah,
it'll be
derivative.
A fresh prompt.
Yeah. True. Okay. Well, give me the prompt, Jake. I got 20s roaring 20s magic shoes, dancing shoes. What do we got?
Okay.
Now?
Location. This play is gonna take place in Antarctica.
All right.
In whatever year humans started exploring Antarctica. There's two characters, and I forget their names. What were the characters' names?
Oh, well, my character's name was
Sheldon.
Sheldon.
That's
your
right.
Character, yeah, right. And your character's name was Bryce.
Bryce and Sheldon. I forgot. That's right. And when Bryce and Sheldon were exploring Antarctica for the first time, they just wanted to find the South Pole.
Right. Is that where Antarctica? Never mind.
Don't blow this, dude. AI knows the answer to that question.
Right,
you
yeah,
have to know that answer too.
You're right. All right. So we're searching for the South Pole.
Yes. So, scene opens. The scene opens on a glacial-filled waters on an old wooden ship where Bryce and Sheldon bravely sail through whatever ocean is near Antarctica and see the ice horizon approaching. And
all right.
Scene.
Bryce, do you see what I see?
No, Sheldon, I don't see. You know that I have terrible vision and glasses aren't invented yet.
That's true. I did forget that. But here's the deal, Bryce. Let me put it this way. I see something we've been looking for.
I see?
I see something we've been looking for, Bryce.
Sheldon, please tell me you see ice.
Well, Bryce, you'll be happy to know I think I see an ice horizon.
Thank God, Sheldon. What should we do when we get there?
We've got to feed the snow dogs so that we can travel south to the South Pole and bring your
Sheldon,
compass.
we've been on this damn ship for 14 months. We only have one dog left. Odie is the only dog that survived the travels.
I keep forgetting all the others are gone. But Odie is all we need because he's an Alaskan German Shepherd. And he is faster than any of the other dogs combined. All he needs is his power treats.
Perfect. Let's take Odie and hope he can help us find the South Pole.
How about this? You go give Odie a power treat. I'm going to head up to the hull of the ship where the steering wheel is. And I'm going to steer us into port. Well, there is no port because this is undiscovered land, but I'll get her in gently, all right?
Insert montage. Sheldon bravely captains the ship as Bryce feeds Odie, the last dog, his power treat before they begin their expedition. Enter scene where Braxton and Sheldon are bravely wandering through the middle of Antarctica with Odie. Sheldon.
That's right.
I can't see anything. What's going on?
Well, there's not much to see. It's very white, and Odie has been slowing down. You packed the power treats, right?
I gave him all the power treats on the ship, and since we don't have a sled, both of us sitting on Odie trying to ride him is not very effective.
You knew we had a 3-day journey to the South Pole, and you fed him all the power treats at once.
Listen.
Please tell me you at least brought the ice drill so we can go fishing.
What's an ice drill?
The ice drill that you drill into the ice so you can get to the water to go fishing. You don't even know what it is, and we're discovering the South Pole.
Listen, I'm in charge of the animals. I gave Odie all of the power treats because I thought it would power him up. You can't even do that
right. For 3 days, I knew it. I knew as soon as I talked to Captain Bullwinkle that you were not the right pick for the job, but he insisted. And I just think it's because you're his nephew.
Well, at least I am a nephew.
What? That doesn't do us any good right now. We need to find food, and you're gonna do it because you got us into this mess.
Listen, Sheldon, I didn't bring the drill on purpose. You know why? You're probably not gonna remember this, but back when we used to play tetherball, and you would hit me in the face with the tetherball, I said, one day, I'm gonna get that guy back. I'm gonna get him back. So I didn't bring the drill because I don't eat fish and you're the only one that eats fish. So you're stuck eating Odie if you want food.
Well, that's just what I'll have to do then. My God, Bryce, look at the situation you put us in. We were going to be legends. We could have been heroes. But instead, we're the new Donner Party. And it's all thanks to you.
What's a Donner Party?
I think it's the thing where they all ate each other because they didn't have any food.
Right. Okay. Okay, set us up for the concluding scene.
Okay. Concluding scene 3. The trio has been suffering and slowly dying as they progress towards the South Pole because for some reason they didn't turn around and instead they just decided to keep going to the South Pole. And they're kind of like close to their last breath and they can see the South Pole or, where it's supposed to be out in the distance is probably only a mile further. And this is where our story is about to end.
Sheldon.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't think we're gonna make it out of this alive. We've been wandering for days. So, even if we die out here, I just want you to know I forgive you for smashing me in the face with the tetherball.
Well, that would have been a lot more helpful before we started this death march out to the South Pole, where you killed all 3 of us by not bringing the ice drill, and you're pescatarian, so you don't eat fish anyway, so it wouldn't have done any good for you. And not only this, the thing I'm most frustrated about is you brought Odie into all of this, and you fed him all of the power treats, and now he's gonna die because he can't.
Wait.
If he had one more power
Sheldon,
treat,
Sheldon,
what?
Sheldon, shut the fuck up for a second. I know I can't see anything, but since I can't see anything, I have a heightened sense of magnetism, and I feel some crazy magnetic force right now. Are we close to the South Pole?
Well, according to my compass is spinning in all different directions. What's going on?
Oh. Wow. Sorry, you cut out for a second, so it was really anticlimactic because I lost you on the FaceTime call for a second.
All right, Bryce, listen here. I got a way to get us out of this mess, but it can only be done once, and it's going to come with great sacrifice.
Okay.
Before we left, I sent a telegram to my good friend. She's a pilot, and she said if we got into any messes, she would divert her route and come save us. But for some reason, if we choose to go with my plan, she will die. And no one will ever find her body. And her name is Amelia Earhart.
And scene. God damn, that was beautiful. Credits roll right after that line. Oh my God.
So take that, AI.
Take that, AI. Good luck writing that story. Wow.
That was such a waste of time.
Oh man, why did we have to do such an embarrassing episode when I'm not alone in my house? Like,
Are they watching you?
no, they're not watching me, but Alex is in here, so
Oh snap! Oh
I'm glad we just read plays for an hour straight. But
we wrote plays, dude.
oh yeah, wrote plays.
You know what would be so funny? And I feel like this is totally how these things go.
What?
This somehow gets like buried in our subconscious. And then like 30 years from now, when we're both like successful filmmakers, we come back and we've been thinking about this one plot for 30 years.
The true story of Amelia Earhart.
I don't know if you knew this, but Beau is Afraid, I think, was Ari Aster, one of his first actual official short films, and then he revisited it.
Really?
And made the movie. Oh,
Whoa.
I know what I wanted to talk about. We
Did
got
you
all this
watch
way.
it?
All right, hold on. Don't interrupt, okay?
Okay.
I was in Denver after Hawaii. I went to the movie theater. Actually, you know, because you were with everyone. So my older sister Tori and her husband Eric, we were hanging out at the house. We were all kind of jet lagged. We were like, we should go do something to sort of like so that we can stay up and not have this jet lag affect us so much. We're like, let's go to a movie. They are listeners of the podcast. They say, hey, you know, this Beau is Afraid thing has been building up. It might be about time. And then we're like, all right, well, you know what else is in theaters?
Oh my God.
The new Guardians of the Galaxy.
No way. Are you kidding me?
And I had the thought, man, this Beau is Afraid thing has really gotten built up and I really got to get around to seeing it here soon. But wouldn't it be funny if instead of seeing it,
God.
instead I just went to Guardians of the Galaxy. And that's what I did.
Why am I not surprised at all? I was telling someone, I was like, I don't think Shaver's ever going to see it. I think he doesn't want to ruin his favorite movie, so he's just never going to see it.
I mean, that's not true.
But Guardians of the Galaxy, you could have chosen any other movie.
Dude,
Was it horrible?
and
Oh, sorry.
it was, you know, someone told me about these whole action movie things, since they know I'm such a salty Splatoon about the whole thing. They're like, what you have to do is you got to meet the movie where it's at. You're not going to see Guardians of the Galaxy as this, you know, maybe life-changing story that brings you to tears or anything. It's just supposed to be fun. You're just supposed to forget about your life for a while, right? So I went into Guardians of the Galaxy in a way I never have with an action movie, and I said, I'm going to have a good time. And I can't say I had the best time, but I also can't say I had the worst time. It was fun. Like, there's some fun moments for sure. There are also some just incredibly poorly written jokes that do not land in a very real way. There's this one part where I don't remember what happens, but someone's like, "Oh, he's mad at you or something," and there's a comedic pause, and one of the other characters just goes, "You think?" And that's the punchline of this multi-million-dollar blockbuster movie. There's another part where I think there's there's a character named Brax or something, or Drax or something. He's one of the Guardians. It's like Drax the Destroyer, I think, right? And there, spoiler alert, for anyone cares. There's a part where at the end things are kind of wrapping up, and one of the characters looks at him and he says, "You're not Drax the Destroyer. You're Drax the Father."
Wow. Never heard that plot line before.
It lingers in the air the same way it just did. You're sitting there like, what? And also, there's also a part that I am not making up where there's been a whole movie up until this point, and they've got to have all these misadventures or whatever, and they break onto this, again, spoilers, they break onto this ship and they like kind of like bust into like the bottom part of the ship or something, and they wind up in this impromptu sort of like prison jail thing. And there's a bunch, dude, I'm not making this up. There's just a bunch of like 11-year-old girls imprisoned in this.
What? So
and then they're like, well, we got to get all these girls out of here.
what the
And
world?
so then the big part of the plot, they're trying to free these, like, who knows what they're doing there, for one thing, because up until this point, the whole thing had revolved around they're making these like hybrid robot animal creatures.
Yeah.
Anyway, they free all these kids, and it just really sits so weird with you the whole time. And then the ship's about to explode, and they're like, we got to go back for the animals. So
what?
And so they like run back onto the ship, and then I don't know, like I was trying to figure out like what are they trying to say with this? And I was kind of like, are they trying to say like animal life is as important as human life?
You sound like you're just making up a plot line right now. This sounds like we're just doing Sheldon and Bryce's adventure all over again. I know,
it sounds less real than Sheldon and Bryce, but it happens in the movie, and it's very weird because when you're kind of in it, you're kind of like, oh yeah, this is just sort of what's happening. And then you like sort of like step back and you're like, why did they have a prison full of underage girls on this ship? It's just very, 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 very weird. Oh, also all these girls don't speak the language, right? And so they're like, trying to communicate.
The entire plot of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, it's just notable moments, dude. They're about to blow the ship up, and for some reason, all these girls are going to be safer if they stay closer to the like inside of the room. So they're trying to tell them like, go on the inside of the room, stay close to the walls or whatever, and they can't. And there's like this massive long scene where they're trying to communicate with these girls and they don't speak the language, blah, blah, blah. And then eventually my favorite character, Drax, comes up and he just starts speaking the language after they've been doing this whole thing about how they have to get a translator and all this stuff.
Oh, no.
And then one of the characters goes, why didn't you tell us again, just an absolute comedic golden moment. They go, why didn't you tell us you spoke the language? And he goes, you didn't ask.
Oh my God. Wow.
So for as fun as the first part of it was, I feel like they kind of lost me there with a little bit of sort of just like the comedic timing and the plot maybe could have had some revisions made to it.
So you're telling me though, backing up to your
8 out of 10
initial comment, 8 out of 10.
no, just kidding.
I was gonna say you gave Dungeons and Dragons a 4 out of 10.
I think it was probably. I didn't have quite as much fun as Dungeons and Dragons. I think it's a 3.5 out of 10.
Yeah,
which again is good by my scale.
That's good by your scale. And if we back up for a second to what you said at the beginning was you manage your expectations and you went in just hoping for a good time, getting transported into another world for a little bit.
Yeah.
So you're telling me you had a decent time.
I had a decent time. I think part of it was just I was with Tori and Eric, and I just always have fun with them.
Man.
And
so like hypothetically, if you were going into a different movie, maybe even like a 3-hour movie, but you manage your expectations and you're like, I'm just gonna like surrender.
We haven't hit 1,000 subscribers yet.
And you're with someone who like really likes it, like really likes this movie. Hypothetically.
Who is that? Oh wait, yeah, no, I forgot. It's your favorite movie. We gotta hit 1,000 on YouTube.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. I'm just saying, I'm just warming you up to the idea of it. Like, if you just managed your expectations and were willing to be transported into another dimension for 3 hours, you could have a good time.
It could happen. It could happen. I think also something about Guardians of the Galaxy I appreciated. I don't like the multiverse thing To me, it's a storytelling cop-out, just like Magic.
Yeah.
And they didn't lean into the multiverse thing on this one. So that made it far more enjoyable for me.
Oh, good.
The fact that they weren't like, he's dead, but not really, because there's another universe.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. Anyway,
Man.
I'll see Bo is Afraid here soon.
Well, I won't see Guardian of the Galaxy now because I know everything that happens now.
Well, it didn't stop me.
I know. There's no chance I was going to go see that. So I'm glad you filled me in.
Yeah,
I like the part where they
Popcorn was
save a
good.
bunch of 11-year-old girls from prison. That part's pretty sick.
Dude, yeah, it's just like just the fact that they're there in the first place and no one asks any questions at all. You're just like,
Well, I'm glad you haven't seen Bo's Afraid because I have so much to talk about with it. And we spent all of today writing and reading plays. So that's good because we don't have time to talk about Bo's Afraid right now.
Yeah, well, I'm just kind of waiting. It's already not super, it's not super timely anymore, but I'm just waiting till truly no one cares. And then I'll.
Perfect. Yeah, perfect. I'm running low on camera battery. And
right.
I've got to go start
Thank God.
writing some really good roasts so that I'm prepped to roast Danny as he's screening his film so I can start the beef for my boxing match.
Yep. Yeah, I'm excited to talk about how that all goes next time we record because I think it's going to be real fun to hear about you meeting some actual. I mean, you're an actual. We're all, whatever. Never mind.
Oh man, I love doing this podcast. This is the dumbest, best part of my life.
I know, it's so unbelievably dumb.
Be sure to let us know which play you prefer because we need to know if AI wins or humanity wins. Honestly, if you even made it through Sheldon and Bryce's adventure, let us know because I'll be shocked if anyone made it through the plays.
Yeah, I think. I may be biased. Okay, I do think one of them had a better twist ending.
Me too. And listen, anyone that doesn't get to hear that twist ending is missing out because that was a genius twist ending. Even though twist endings are cliche, but whatever, we'll take it. I guess.
True. That's true. Yeah, movies with Amelia Earhart in them are cliche.
Sweet. Well, you got any apologies before we get out of here?
I'm sorry. I don't feel like I did very good with my line delivery. I couldn't stop analyzing the script, and my head wasn't in it the way it could have been.
Hey, you had to be narrator and Old Man Harrison and Charlie. Jack.
Yeah,
so
well, I'm a method actor, so I had spent a lot of time dancing in a dimly lit room with a wind chime disco ball.
Yeah,
and then when I had to become the old man and the narrator, it just totally took me out of
took you out of character.
So,
yeah.
So,
well,
kind of a bummer. What about you? Any apologies?
I apologize for nothing.
Whoa. You don't apologize for
no, dude.
anything.
Hawaii gave me a new perspective on life, made me see who I really truly am. So, not sorry for anything. I'm just me. Let me.
You're not going to
me.
say sorry to Braxton for calling him an AI like 50 times?
No. Braxton, I love you. I'm not sorry for anything.
That's my question to Braxton. What are you sorry about? What is your biggest regret, Braxton?
Your biggest regret? What's the biggest mistake you've ever made? What keeps you up at night?
If you could do it all over again. He's probably like, I would have gotten a Shure SMXV instead of the Rode WTMC.
Yeah, totally. Oh man. All right. Well, thanks for being here. Amen.
Amen.
If you don't like this music, you don't be listening to it. You know, I'm just a dude that you know, or something similar. If you don't keep it real, then you go somewhere but here. Cause you know, we're only losing control just for a minute. Oh,